First, the top headlines. Union Minister assures to fulfill demands of Manipur State Panchayat Parishad. One-fourth of state dailies to have Meitei Mayek content. "14 from Bihar among 15 hailed for floating ILP rules." All Manipur Muslim organizations coordinating committee denounces selection of non-Meitei Pangals against reserved seats. India planning to send 6th C-17 to quick hit Turkey and Syria. And death toll in earthquakes in Turkey, Syria reaches nearly 8,000. Good afternoon and welcome to 12:30 p.m. ELITETV English News. This is Jianthuiliu Kahmei with top stories and latest news at this hour. Before giving you the news, we request you to follow the SOP given by the government, wear face masks when out in public, wash hands regularly, and maintain a minimum of 6 feet between one person and another. ELITETV requests you to get vaccinated in time to protect ourselves from this virus and play your part in the fight against COVID-19. Now, straight up to top stories. Union Minister of Rural Development of Panchayati Raj, Giri Raj Singh, has assured a delegation of Manipur State Panchayat Parishad (MSPP) of fulfilling their demands over MG-NRGS after consulting the matter with the Director and Secretary of MG-NREGS. According to a statement of MSPP, the delegation submitted memorandums to the Minister as well as Union Minister of State for RD and PR Jyoti Sadhvi Niranjan on Monday. During the meeting, the Union Minister gave the assurance of discussing the matter with the Director and Secretary of MG-NREGS so as to fulfill the demands at the earliest. The statement further informed that the delegation also met MPs from the state in the national capital and submitted memorandums while seeking their help in mounting pressure on the Union Minister. Mentions may be made that the delegation of MSPP on Sunday staged demonstration in the national capital against non-dispersal of MG-NREGS fund for works executed in the year 2021 to 2022, state government's inability to conduct the 6th General Panchayat election, and non-devolution of power to panchayats. One-fourth of the total pages of Manipuri newspapers' Bengali script will be replaced by Meitei Mayek from February 15, said the Monitoring Committee on Meitei Mayek implementation on Tuesday. The decision was taken during a meeting of the committee, which includes members of all Manipur Working Journalists Union, Editors Guild Manipur and Meitei Irol Iyek Loina Silon Apunba Lupt Milal on Tuesday. The meeting at Press Club, Imphal, was presided by Amju President Wang Khemcha, Shamjai Editors Guild Manipur President Kojendra Khomdram, and Milal heads Ingocha Meitei. The meeting unanimously decided to use Meitei Mayek on one-fourth of the total pages of all Manipuri papers with effect from February 15. Further, the meeting resolved for the Monitoring Committee to appeal to the government to include Meitei Mayek text fonts in the Unicode standard. Lastly, The meeting also agreed to hold yearly meetings of the monitoring committee to effect smooth and complete transition from using Bengali text to Meitei Mayek. Also in the news, altogether 15 non-local men who entered Manipur without obtaining the mandatory inner line permit (ILP) were apprehended by police on Tuesday. The non-locals who did not have valid ILPs were hiding inside a truck at Nagamapal when they were apprehended by a team of city police this morning. The truck has a registration number of Punjab. All the arrested non-local men hailed from Araria, Rampur village, Bihar, while the truck driver belongs to Amritsar, Punjab. The ILPS violators have been identified as Muhammad Najim, 35, Muhammad Umar, 18, Muhammad Firoj, 21, Muhammad Ikarmul, 18, Sanmul Khan, 45, Ali Ahmad, 37, Ashan Asnari, 50, Muhammad Tosab, 18, Muhammad Jumei, 49, Muhammad Jahangur, 42, Muhammad Chotu, 42, Sheikh Alamgur, 45, Muhammad Samur, 20, and Muhammad Harim, 18, all from Araria, Rampur village, Bihar, while the driver is identified as Harman Singh, 30, son of Surjit of Amritsar, Punjab. They were produced before the Executive Magistrate Imphal West today afternoon by the OC of City Police Station. The Executive Magistrate directed the ILPS violators to execute a PR bond and pay a fine of ₹1,000 each. The non-locals were also directed not to repeat such offence in future but obtain ILPs from the administrative office concerned. The OC, City Police Station, was also directed to deport the arrested non-local ILP violators outside the state of Manipur if not required in other cases. All Manipur Muslim Organizations Coordinating Committee, AMOCOC, has denounced the selection of non-Meitei Pangals in the reserved category in the recently declared result of arts graduate teachers on contract basis by the Education Department. In a press release, AMOCOC Secretary General informed that 2 candidates who are not Meitei Pangals have been selected in the reserved category of OBC MP, thereby depriving the reserving candidates of their rightful selection, causing concern and worry among them. The Muslim body also raised questions on the functioning of the relevant government departments and how such errors have happened, citing the examples where similar incidents have happened earlier where non-Meitei Pangals were selected in the admission list of Dana Manjuri University and state government list of MBBS list against the reserved category. AMOCOC maintained that such repetitive errors will become a cause for worry and anxiety among the genuine deserving candidates. In view of the above concerns, AMOCOC demanded that the Education Department should clarify on the matter within 48 hours and removed the 2 students from the selection list against OBC MP category. The body also highlighted the need to review the process of issuing such caste certificates in the respective government departments and to take up appropriate actions against the irresponsible employees to ensure that such errors do not recur. In this regard, AMOCOC has submitted a memorandum to the Chief Minister to look into the matter and to take up immediate necessary actions to rectify the error so as not to deprive the deserving candidates of their rightful selection and the interest of the Meitei Pangal community. Moving on, Joint Youth Development Committee JYDC Mayang Imphal has sought the attention of the state government regarding illegal settlements in the surrounding areas of Loktak Lake from Komlakhong Chingthi to Kaji Sumban Taubi Kajin in Mayang Imphal. Calling for an end to such illegal settlements, JYDC has also pointed out battery electric fishing carried out in the area and demanded an end to this practice. The appeal was made by Chesam Achauba, President JYDC, during an inspection of the aforementioned areas where the illegal activities were reportedly taking place while accompanied by media persons. He stated that the team has decided to conduct an inspection visit upon hearing of the occurrence of unlawful activities in the surrounding areas of Loktak Lake. The president of JYDC further states that under the leadership of Chief Minister N. Biren, the BJP government in the state has made relentless efforts to safeguard the Loktak Lake with the cleaning of pumdis, dismantling of settlements, prohibition on certain modes of fishing, etc. In this regard, he added that the Loktak Development Authority (LDA) has issued a notice under Manipur Loktak Lake Protection Act on July 18, 2022, following which illegal settlements were dismantled and electric fishing were prohibited. Those affected by the dismantling of settlements were also given compensation, he asserted. However, in violation of the government's instructions, many have settled at Khaji, Sumbantaubi and carried out fishing with the use of electric lead bulb, battery, etc., he alleged. Chesam Achauba further urged those illegally settled at Khaji, Sumbantaubi to dismantle their settlements and stop electric fishing at the earliest. If such illegal activities are not brought to an end at once, JYDC will launch intense agitations with the cooperation of the public to save and protect Loktak Lake, he said. Acknowledgement that the livelihood of the settlers depends on the Loktak Lake, he urged them to find non-invasive ways to earn their livelihood that will not harm the lake. Scrutiny of nominations for Meghalaya and Nagaland Assembly elections will be taken up today. Filing of nominations ended in the two states yesterday evening. Elections in both the states will be held on 27th of this month. Election Commission is going to the last mile for making the polls inclusive and participative in Meghalaya. In Nagaland, 101 candidates filed the nominations on the last day yesterday, taking the total of nominations to 225, including 4 women. The last date for withdrawal of candidature is 10th of this month. On the last day of nomination filing for Meghalaya Legislative Assembly elections, the Meghalaya Trinamool Congress Legislature Party leader and leader of the opposition and also the former Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Dr. Mukul Sangma, filed his nomination to contest from Tikri Killa constituency. The Meghalaya TMC leader filed his nominations to contest from Songsak yesterday. Besides Dr. Mukul Sangma, Joanne Jefferson, Tyler Laprang Lamer from Nongkrem and Tingsem G. Momin from Ranikor also filed the nominations today. Accompanied by Meghalaya TMC candidate from South Tura, Richard M. Marak, and Meghalaya TMC candidate from North Tura, Rupert M. Sangma, the leader of the opposition, took a jeep at the ruling dispensation for running a puppet government while speaking amidst a large gathering of party workers and supporters. He said that with respect to unacceptable anti-people decisions pertaining to the interstate border issue with Assam, where the incumbent government tried to endorse the decision in favor of Assam, is completely a response to a dictate given by our neighboring states. If the people of Meghalaya are not accepting it, why is the CM, who is supposed to reply to the desire and intended decisions of the people, conforming and going down to the dictates of the forces? Highlighting the significance of adopting an inclusive mindset to work towards the empowerment of the people across the state, Dr. Mukul Sangma said, anyone who tries to engage in racial slurs is not consistent with civilized society. The leaders must lead an example if that is the kind of mindset reflected by none other than the national president of NPP. Showing confidence in witnessing a promising change in the hill state of Meghalaya, the Meghalaya TMC leader assured to resurrect the state and bring back its former glory.
About number 1, in respect to the unacceptable anti-people decision pertaining to the interstate border issue with Assam, where the incumbent government tried to just bulldoze that decision in favor of Assam, which was considered as completely a response to a dictate given by our neighboring state, by our country. So that's why we are saying if people of the state of Meghalaya are not accepting, Why is the Chief Minister, who is supposed to reflect the desire and intent and decision of the people, is actually conforming and bowing down to the dictates of the forces from the counterpart government? That's why these are issues which are not acceptable to the people. Anything that has not been acceptable to the people have not been acceptable to us, and that is what we will.
More on news. India has sent 4 C-17 plane loads of relief material, equipment and personnel weighing over 108 tons of earthquake-hit Turkey as humanitarian assistance. Sources said these include self-contained search and rescue units of NDRF numbering over 100 personnel with their equipment, vehicles and dog squads. These units have specialized equipment for detection, location, access and extrication. They were able to conduct collapsed structure search and rescue operations. The equipment includes hand and power tools, lighting equipment, airlifting bags, chainsaw and angle cutters. The dog squads helped locate victims in rubble and collapsed structures. The assistance also includes equipment and 99 personnel to set up a 30-bed medical facility in field operation conditions. The personnel comprised of medical specialists in various fields. The medical equipment includes X-ray machines, ventilators, operation theatre, vehicles, ambulances and generators. India has also sent humanitarian assistance to Syria abroad, a C-130J. According to sources, the assistance includes 6 tons of relief material comprising 3 truckloads of general and protective gear, emergency use medicines, syringe and equipment. Meanwhile, the Modi government is working on sending 5th C-17 aircraft to Turkey today and 1 C-17 already reaching Syria. All the planes are taking a circuitous route to the quake-hit zone as Pakistan does not give overflight permission to even Indian military aircraft carrying aid. Now it's time for a short commercial break. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Heritage Convent admission open for WOW Kids, that is playgroup, nursery, LKG and UKG. Admission starts from 4th February 2023. Day boarding facilities available. State-of-art digital classroom, fully digitized and Wi-Fi enabled campus. Holistic learning through playway and research methods. Highly qualified and experienced teachers. For more details, kindly visit the school office or log into our website heritageconvent.com.
Khanghanjaba Imphal Municipal Corporation Ward Kun Taretki Manungda Leiba Shopkeepers Dukan Fambibasingi Maikaida Karigumba Khara Khanganjari Madude Imphal Municipal Corporation Registration and Licensing of Soap Bylaws 1998 ki Makhada Imphal Municipal Corporation dagi soap license lawbikraba singna soap license lawkriba namitagi tharaga chahi ama fabaga isagi soap license adu renew tawgadabane Karigumba 90 days ki manungda renew tawdrabade Imphal Municipal Corporation Registration and Licensing of Shop Bylaws 1998 ki Section 4C ki matung inna isagi license adu valid oidre haina lawbane Corporation na koliba Ward Kun Taret ki manungda leiba Leikai amati leirak manungda soap license paida na dukan fambiriba singna ichilenaw singna soap license lawbiyo karigumba lawdaba tarabade dukan sing adu thonglon bakithabak chathagani Khanganjari ba KSH Gyanendra Singh, Assistant Municipal Commissioner, Imphal Municipal Corporation.
The legendary brand Vespa was born in 1946. The Vespa has a unique design with a V-shaped grille to complement its sleek cast. The Piaggio emblem at the front gives you the pride of ownership, innovative appearance. The design was inspired by the wasp, hence the name Vespa.
Adom gari macha darkar oibibra supnagi minute kuntragi manungda document ichang changdana Vespa amadi Aprilia gi apamba model sing supna dagi lupa lising tara khaktang puthok piduna loan unulaw yabagi khudong chaba pizare. Ako pamarol kidamak contact tubirao 9089895330 amadi 9615823252 Tulasi Motors Private Limited Kahmei amadi Sangay Pro kudong chaba si mangan bigano nga sa mag-contact tubirao terms and condition apply.
Welcome back. You're watching the 12:30 p.m. ELITETV English News. Now moving on to the national news. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has said there is no place for violence and left-wing extremism ideas in a self-reliant new India. He said, under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the government has adopted a policy of zero tolerance in this direction. The Home Minister was speaking while chairing a meeting of the Parliamentary Consultative Committee of the Ministry of Home Affairs on Left-Wing Extremism, LWE, in New Delhi yesterday. The Home Minister said the government's policy to deal with left-wing extremism is based on three main pillars. They are strategy to curb extremist violence with ruthless approach, better coordination between centre and states, and eliminating support for LWE through public participation in development. He informed that in the last 8 years, historic success was witnessed in curbing left-wing extremism. Mr. Shah said, for the first time after nearly 4 decades in 2022, the number of deaths of civilians and security forces has been brought to under 100, while 76% reduction in violent incidents related to LWE was observed in 2022 compared to 2010. He said the number of LWE affected districts reduced to 45 from earlier 90, while the number of most affected LWE districts has reduced from 35 to 30 in April 2018 and further reduced to 25 since July 2021. Mr. Shah said that the Ministry of Home Affairs is determined to destroy the entire ecosystem of left-wing extremists by choking their finances. He also informed that opening of Eklavya schools in left-wing extremism-affected tribal-dominated blocks have been placed in priority areas since August 2019. Petrol and diesel prices across the cities is steady on February 8. Oil marketing companies at 6 a.m. revised fuel prices. The last change in countrywide fluctuation in the fuel price was witnessed in May 2022 when the centre cut the excise duty on petrol by Rs 8 per litre and Rs 6 per litre on diesel. Retail petrol and diesel prices vary depending from state to state and various factors like freight charges, local taxes and value-added tax. Petrol and diesel in Delhi cost Rs 96.72 per litre and Rs 89.62 a litre respectively. In Mumbai, a petrol is being sold for Rs 106.31 per litre and diesel for Rs 94.27 per litre. Moving on to the international news. In Turkey and Syria, the death toll due to massive earthquakes has soared to nearly 8,000 as rescue operations continue to find survivors. Turkey's Vice President Fuat Oktay has said that more than 34,800 people were injured in the earthquakes. Search teams and international aid are pouring into Turkey and Syria as rescuers work in freezing temperatures to pull out survivors and victims. The 7.8 magnitude quake that hit the region on Monday toppled thousands of buildings. Unstable piles of metal and concrete made the search efforts perilous. So far, over 8,000 people have been pulled from the debris in Turkey alone, and around 4 lakhs have taken refuge in government shelters or hotels. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said 13 million of the country's 85 million people were affected due to the earthquake. Erdogan has already declared a state of emergency in 10 provinces. Also in the news, in Pakistan, at least 30 passengers were killed and 15 others injured when a passenger bus and car plunged into a deep ravine. The two vehicles collided with each other on Karakoram highway in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa yesterday. According to local police, the passenger bus was heading to Rawalpindi from Gilgit when it collided head-on with the car coming from the opposite side in the Shitel area of province. Police and rescue officials reached the site and shifted the injured to the hospital. Earlier on 29th of January, 41 people were killed when a passenger coach fell into a ravine in Balochistan province. Also an update on sports. The International Hockey Federation (FIH) has announced the qualification criteria for the Paris 2024 Olympic hockey tournaments for both men and women categories. The qualification criteria was announced by the FIH from its headquarters in Lausanne, Switzerland yesterday after being approved by the International Olympic Committee (IOC) and the FIH Executive Board. 12 teams each in men and women category will play at the Olympic hockey tournaments, with each squad consisting of 16 athletes. According to the qualification criteria released, the host nation France will get a direct berth in both sections for both men and women category, on the basis that both teams have fulfilled the FIH criteria of achieving a ranking of 25 or better in the world rankings after the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020. In continental qualifications, 5 winning teams of each of continental competitions will qualify. 6 teams will qualify from FIH Hockey Olympic qualification tournaments and 2 FIH Hockey Olympic qualification tournaments per gender consisting of 8 teams each will be held in early 2024. In the 5th Khelo India Youth Games in Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra ranks first in the medal table with 90 medals, including 31 gold. Madhya Pradesh is second with 59 medals, including 25 gold medals, and Haryana is third with 23 gold medals. Wrestling matches will start from today in the canoe slalom event held at Maheshwar yesterday. Madhya Pradesh made a clean sweep and won all 4 gold medals. On the other hand, girls from Arunachal Pradesh won 2 gold medals in weightlifting. Madhya Pradesh Agriculture Minister Kamal Patel announced at the prize distribution ceremony that 21,000 rupees each will be given to girls of the state who won medals in Khelo India and 10,000 rupees each to all players in the girl category from the MLA Fund. In women's cricket, South Africa has won the T20 Tri-Nation Series, beating India in the final by 5 wickets at Buffalo Park in East London tonight. Riding on Cleo Tryon's unbeaten 57 runs knock, the host overhauled the target of 110 runs in just 18 overs. Earlier, electing to bat first, India has scored 109 for the loss of 4 wickets in stipulated 20 overs. For the visitors, Harleen Deol was the highest scorer, who contributed 46 runs off 56 balls. For ELITETV News Channel, contact the email address info@elitetv.in or 9402890982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and Twitter for more information about the channel. Before we wind up, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Union Minister assures to fulfill demands of Manipur State Panchayat Parishad. One-fourth of state dailies to have Mitai Mayek content. "14 from Bihar among 15 hailed for floating ILP rules." Manipur Muslim Organization's Coordinating Committee denounces selection of non-Meitei Pangals against reserved seats. India planning to send 6th C-17 to quick hit Turkey and Syria. And death toll in earthquakes in Turkey, Syria reaches nearly 8,000. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day ahead.